Okay guys, I'm back out here in the shop tonight. I actually was able to get my hands on some material to start on my wife's table for her lathe. I have most of the skeleton done on it, so I just wanted to show you real quick what I've done and how I've done things. It wasn't a hard assembly, it was just pocket holes and it went together pretty quick so far. So let me take you and show you real quick what I've done. You can see that I got the ladder for the top. I have to, I'm going to go underneath and I'm going to pre-drill and then screw this down. I have some pocket holes in here right now, just holding this down. So like I said, I'll go underneath and draw this down so it's good and solid. This is a really nice solid table. She wanted 4x4s. She wanted something that looked a little beefy, so this is what I came up with. I beveled some of the legs just to kind of dress it up a little bit. Beveled those, put an angle on them. I've got bracing here, that's pocket hole down there. Everything is pocket holes. I did some research online about pocket holes in the 4x4s. I don't have the Craig HD. There was a trick that I noticed from a couple videos. I tried it, it seemed to work okay. There's some people out there that claim that the joint won't last very long, but what I'm doing here, all the weight's distributed down. There's nothing that the lathe is going to make this break apart. It's pretty solid. I do plan on, what she wanted was, get this right here, she wanted like compartments here, kind of like I did on my work table, just some compartments that she has that she'd like to slide in and out. And then of course on this side she was wanting a couple drawers, so I got some drawer slides and I will attach those. I don't know if I'm going to box this in or not. I might actually just attach the drawer slides so you'd actually see them. I don't think it's going to look that bad, but we'll see how it goes. I do a lot of I obviously draw a lot of things up before I do it, but I really like just kind of going as I go here. I like to just change things up midstream and kind of make it my own way. Sometimes it's hard to draw something up from start to finish, so I wanted to give you guys a quick look at this. I'd like to get the top on. I'd like to even trim it out with mahogany just to match the other tables, and then I will have to at some point come back and get the bin location shelves done and the drawers done at some point. But stick around and I will continue on, put the top on, and see how it turned out. All right guys, yesterday late last night I was able to get the top back on, and it got really late, so I didn't do any recording of what the top looked like. So I'll give you a quick glance at that. And tonight I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the drawers on the right side and a few shelves on the left side that she wanted. She's got some compartment bins. So let's just take a quick look here. You can see I got some mahogany for edge, and it's just 3/4 inch plywood, sanded real smooth. I'll probably, when it warms up, put some finish on it. But I'm gonna put some shelves down here for these, and I'm gonna build 2 drawers down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and I'll show you how it goes. Okay, I have my pieces cut and for the drawers for now, and I went ahead and put my dado slot in the bottoms. I've got some 3/8 plywood that I'm gonna use for the bottoms. That's what I've got lying around right now, and that should be plenty strong enough. What I'm gonna do is gonna assemble 3 sides of this, and then I always double check to make sure that the bottoms are gonna be the right size. I don't cut that ahead of time because I've been burned on that plenty of times. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble these, and I'll show you how they turn out. Alright, so as you can see, I got 3 sides, got my slot, and then what I do is I lay this down on the table and I make a couple measurements with my loose piece, and I just make sure that I get the right dimensions for the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those bottoms and then get the last piece on, and then I'll show you guys how it turned out. Alright, so worked out good, got my dimensions, cut them to size, slid them in, and you can see I just self-tapped and put some drywall screws in there, and pre-drilled and put some drywall screws, and away it goes. So simple box. So now I need to go down and measure where exactly I want to put the slides, and then after that I'm going to have to build my false fronts and get them mounted. So stick around. Alright, so I was able to install the drawer slides, and I have the drawers in there. I did the same thing that I explained I did before. I used a spacer from a piece of plywood. I cut it to the width that I wanted, and I went ahead and used that. I'll show you here. That width down here to the bottom. Installed that, and then I had another piece at a different width that I set right on top of this to here. So these are in, everything's good to go. I added this piece because when my top piece comes up, I needed to make sure that there's no gap because of this angle that I decided to create here. I had a piece come up to here, and then you could see all of this. So I took a piece of plywood, ripped it down, put some pocket holes on the back side, and put that in. So I have to create the false fronts yet, and then over here I'm going to go ahead and rip some pieces down and put across here for her shelves, and then I will trim those out at some point with some mahogany. So I'm going to go ahead and rip some pieces, get some measurements, and get that stuff installed. Okay, so yesterday we left off, I had to do some false fronts, and I had to finish the shelves. I come out in the shop this morning and I went ahead and completed that. It wasn't difficult. I went ahead and trimmed everything in mahogany just to kind of match everything else. Let me just take you real close here so you can see, but she's got pretty good storage. I think the capacity inside is 7 3/4 on the bottom, and I think 8 on the top. So it's not too bad. Everything got trimmed in mahogany. I'm going to go through and finish sanding a little bit and just smooth things out. The edges are pretty good, but this was rough sawn mahogany, so I need to get some of the edges done. Over on the side, I went ahead and trimmed everything, so I think it turned out pretty good. If you guys have any comments, please let me know. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. I do want to add that I apologize for the sound. I know I purchased a mic here a few weeks ago. It doesn't seem to be working the greatest, so I'm trying to stay close to the phone as I can. So if you guys have any suggestions on mics that you've used in the past, or know of a mic that works great, I've done a lot of research and there just seems to be hundreds of them. So if you guys want to help me out in that effort, I'd appreciate it. So I'm hoping here in the next couple weeks I can try to get some better microphone to pick up the sound. So I do apologize for that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Again, I didn't show a whole lot of the build. I'm really trying not to do a complete from start to finish. I did show a little bit on the drawer assembly, but I hope that you guys got some pointers out of that, and if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. And I'm hoping the next card I build is for my planer that's been in the corner, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to get started on the rest of the walls at least and get the insulation up first. So Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.